that guy. I cannot see any of you. You guys are like a blind light. Right? As you can tell, it's my first time. I don't want to draw attention to myself. Here I am. Yeah, I'll cut straight to the chase. Can we talk about the critical cycling accidents in Sweden? It's time. The silence stops tonight. So like, this is a serious issue. So like 20 years of data shows that every year in Sweden, the amount of people like damaged in a biking accident remains basically the same, right? It's a freak thing, okay? It's very strange. It doesn't matter how many bikes get sold, how much people are working, how many Lannisters die on the dunny. The amount of people that will die on a bike every year in Sweden is always no less than 3,700, no more than 4,000. People always look so confident when they stand like this, and I know why. Feeling so cool right now. It's bizarre. But seriously, you're better off betting on how many Swedish people will apply their skull to a bumper from a bike in 2016 than you are on what kind of mischief our Prime Minister is going to get up to. It's really predictable, you know? And these are human beings we're talking about. I find this incredible. These are human beings with free will and individuality, yeah? Like, rain won't be like, oh, I've had a hard fucking week. I'm not going to fall from the sky to the ground and nourish the earth, you know? A duck's not going to be like, oh, no, fuck it, I'm not going to fly south this winter. I'm going to go to India and find myself. I'm going to change my name, you know? Jemima's not working for me anymore. Only humans do this unpredictable shit. And yet, Sweden has produced a cycle which is, you know, more deadly than Game of Thrones and twice as predictable. And yet, the Abbott government has the audacity to pull money out of, like, foreign aid. Stop the cycle of death, Mr. Abbott. This is important. It's important stuff. It keeps me up. So, yeah, I find this stuff incredibly interesting, which is fortunate because I'm a sociologist. Has anyone here heard of sociology? It's the study of society and social interactions. Does anyone here know what a social interaction is?
No.
No one? It's getting close. I'm going to get a smartphone so I can get Tinder so that I can be cool. But it's great because a lot of people basically make up shit on the spot when we talk about cycling deaths in Sweden, whereas I actually know what I'm talking about. I'm studying sociology. And this helps me sleep at night. I stand in the shower and I think about it and I just feel resolved as a human being. It's great. But yeah, it's awesome. It allows me to see through the taken for granted social myths, which people just kind of buy into. So for instance, one you'll hear is that you can tell a lot about a guy by the way he hugs. Yeah? If you're going to hug somebody, pay a lot of attention to how you do it because it's indicative of what kind of lover you are. Like, this is like shit for me because I've been told, okay, that I hug like a 50-year-old Chinese businessman with daddy issues. And when I heard it, I was like, that's really mean, but then I hugged a 50-year-old Chinese businessman and it was like hugging myself. And I talked to him about my daddy issues all night. You know, but it's fine, because even though that's shit for me, if you buy into that, as a sociologist, I know that hugging people is just not indicative of Chineseness. And I tell this to the people that I hug, you know, I'll hug them and I'll just be like, it's not indicative. Love me. And they do love me. They're really impressed with my exquisite social science skills. I'm single. Hi. But I try to teach this appreciation to my students, and they adore it. They come into my class thinking people fold their arms in conversation because they're cold, you know? And then they leave learning that folding arms is actually a symbol of power. You know, somebody might not necessarily like what they're hearing, so they fold their arms to be defensive. But not only that, I teach them more. I teach them like academic integrity, so they leave knowing that further research on this phenomenon is needed, and the research won't take place without the funding, and the funding won't take place with the current governmental budget, and the budget is just the result of a neoliberal system. So really we need a revolution if we're going to get to the bottom of why the fuck people don't want to hug me.